Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. It is Tuesday, May 24, 2022. How about this whole thing with monkeypox? It's getting out of control. It's impossible to make up, although we knew something like this would be coming. All this talk about a push for a vaccine, and they're really trying to get people frightened of yet something else. Monkeypox, help! Can't make it up. It's impossible to do. All right, look. So let us move forward here. Right now, stock futures are lower. Okay, here's the question. Does this mean that the sell-off is about to resume, or are buyers going to rush in here today? Let us evaluate the situation. The setup for the market this morning is not good. What am I talking about? The 10-year yield, people, is lower. Lower. That is a clear sign of fear. There is a lot of fear in this market. And yet again, another crisis, monkeypox, is something that is going to be affecting everything. And who knows how far they're going to push this. It looks like they're getting geared up to really make this another epic crisis, go out, run out, get vaccinated, blah, 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 what else? Whatever. It's just so sick to me. But anyway, that's really the story today. If you look at, like I said, the 10-year yield coming down, that's fear. You got the dollar, or the relative strength, comparative strength of the dollar, which is flat. Crude oil catching a slight bid, but there's fear. And fear is not a good thing for the market. Let's see if this turns around. Who knows if we're going to give this all back from yesterday? We did what, 614 or something like that points on the Dow. It looks like we're about to open about 180 points in the negative here. And as I said, the setup is not great for the market, especially with monkeypox now. It's another thing that they've weaponized the system already, okay? And it's all a mechanism to keep people in a heightened state of fear, paralyze them, and you can control their minds. It's just so sick. All right, so on the back of all this, we got gold and silver slightly higher this morning. Cryptocurrencies still remain in an extremely tight range. We've seen Bitcoin, for example, between 29 and 30 for quite a long time. And anyway, you know my take on all this, people. I really feel that there is opportunity here, especially if you look at certain things. If we look at the market, where is the biggest opportunity, in my opinion? It remains in oil and gas producers. I think people need these in their portfolio. I've been long these for quite a while now. I only own one at this time. I am not saying that the others are not any good. What am I talking about here? I was in ExxonMobil, XOM, and CVX, Chevron, ticker CVX, for a long time. Pulled profits out of these and I put it all into DVN. ExxonMobil, still a great place to be. CVX, great place to be. DVN, great place to be. And I think there's a lot more moving forward. Commodity ETFs, PDBC, has been an incredible performer for myself and my lions out here. I think there's a huge upside here as well. Companies like Coca-Cola, consumer staple, Altria, MO, KO for Coca-Cola. These are also nice little hedges here. You might want to look at those. I have this all listed for you, like I always tell you, right here on my website, traderschoice.net. With regard to the banks, yes, they've gotten pummeled lately. But yesterday, a lot of, I would say, seriously, panic buying. So I believe you need these in your portfolio, at least one. Pick one. JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America. There's no way that these institutions right now are not worth their current market value with regard to share price is just no way on the earth. And I think there's an amazing opportunity here. Again, if you have a long enough time horizon. And as I have covered for you, when you're looking at your entire portfolio, and I mean all of it, which should include obviously precious metals, physical silver, my favorite asset of all time. I really do believe you need some cryptos in your portfolio. If you had to pick one, because people ask me all the time, well, look, I'm just going to tell you what my largest holding in, and that's Bitcoin. I've been buying Bitcoin for an extremely long period of time. I started buying it around 3,000. I feel sincerely with regard to cryptocurrencies, there's going to be a big surge with regard to its market cap. Obviously, you know why you should be holding physical assets, gold, silver as well. In this environment of exploding debt, you think it's going to stop anytime soon? How about there's no chance in hell or wherever else? It's going to expand. And you can count on, forget about just like monkeypox, because they're going to throw dog shit pox and cat shit pox and every other kind of freaking thing at you here. And what is that going to do? That's going to demand that more cash be conjured up out of thin air via central banks who are more than happy to lend it out. And got to throw cash at this freaking crisis and that freaking crisis. And that's just going to blow up, global debt. The system must, as you all know, be fed. It's a beast system, and the system constantly, relentlessly, and it can't stop. It must find reasons, and reasons must be created out of nothing, okay, just to continue to feed it. Because if they don't do that, the entire system implodes. It's debt-based, which means debt must be pulled from the future via any mechanism possible. Otherwise, again, this whole thing just goes away, and I mean fast. You understand? I think you do. So expect more things to be thrown at you. Another crisis followed by another crisis, prolonging of every single crisis that you see here. And our retard politicians here that we've all given a blank check to. All right. Yeah, you have it as well. I don't care if you don't like it. Doesn't matter. You've given your politicians, you've given President Biden, retard, a blank check, whether you love the man or hate him. And he has a pretty big fan club. Believe me, I know. Because every time I open my mouth about him, I get a lot of hate email. I got a death threat yesterday, as a matter of fact, another one. It's every week, it seems lately, that I get a death threat. Look, watch your back, Greg. Coming to get you, Greg. Good. Bring it on. Bring it on. Anyway, so that's the current situation, people. It's a freak show, and I really mean that, of the highest possible order. So let us summarize real quick. So yesterday, nice rally here in the market. Are we going to give all of that back today? We'll see. The setup for the market's not good. There's fear, and you can see that just by looking at the 10-year yield. I hope all of you are getting it, and then you want to secondarily follow up looking over at the comparative strength of the dollar. What's crude oil doing? But it's not a great setup. Doesn't mean it's, there's no guarantee that this market's going to give all these back, and maybe it will. I mean, who knows? Maybe we're going to see some panic buying in banks again. We just got to watch this whole thing. But again, understanding, we got it covered from every angle. You just got to be spread out. You got to be diversified. You got to have yourself in a lot of different places at the same time. So in the event of, let's say, whatever, you're kind of insulated from a shock. You understand? I think you do too. Don't forget, just real quick, I'm going to bring it up. Tomorrow night, don't miss the Barrel Buddies show. It's going to be great. We're going to have giveaways and all kinds of stuff, and I hope to see you there. I will place a link to that in the description of this video, and I will remind you as well. All right, people, look, this guy here loves you a lot. I mean that. I want to hear from you. What do you think about all this stuff? How many of you are terrified of monkeypox because they're really trying to scare the living shit out of you? Some of these freaking mainstream media outlets are even showing pictures of, some pretty intense cases of this. What are they trying to do? Again, look at that. Look, this is going to be you. You monkeypox. Make it up. I dare you. Love you a lot. See you later. And that's it.